Hello and welcome to this examination of TELEKON by Gary Numan in 1980. Okay, there you see it. LP, Beggars, Banquet, Records, ATCO. ATCO, Atlantic Records, ATCO Atlantic Company. It's just one of their brands. I did a review of Dance from 1981. That went over well. And then I did a review of Replicas 1978 and The Pleasure Principle 1979. I have Milwaukee's Best Light. Yeah, now I'm trying to drink all these light beers that I have because I can't do any more taste challenges. I can't bring myself to do it. I just got to drink them. I don't want to taste challenge light beers. Maybe stouts. Sorry, but I didn't want that to warm up. Something about light beers being warm, it doesn't work too well. Okay, so anyway, TELEKON, Gary Numan, of course, wrote all the songs. We got great musicians, Paul Gardner, especially Cedric Sharpley, the great percussionist drummer. Gary Numan playing so many different instruments. All right, so new wave, I call it, and I did not come up with that term. I saw somebody say it was more like dark wave. And I say, that's what it is, dark wave. Gary Numan was better described as dark wave and early industrial music, really. So let's look at the first song, This Wreckage. How about that? So Gary Numan's music is very subtle the way it builds. You notice that? Yeah, he always utilized synthesizers, electronic music, but his music had a hard edge to it. And he also employed a lot of electric guitar work and all of that. He didn't do like Devo, where they started out heavy electric guitar, almost quasi, in some ways, metallic heavy metal music, and they slowly deteriorated into electronic music with almost no guitar work. And by 1982, I couldn't stomach what Devo was putting out. They went from great in 1978, and it took them 4 years to just totally deteriorate. When they came out with Oh No, It's Devo, I was saying, I'm not buying this album. My friend bought it, and he said, this isn't very good. And I thought it was terrible. Okay, but that's another band for another story. Okay, Gary Numan, here we go. So you can hear it building. We must have done something wrong. The darkness on and
We're independent from someone. This wreckage I call me was like to bring your voice. This wreckage I call me was like to meet you soon.
Yeah. All right. So, sorry about that. Now the thing about Gary is you have to have a lyric sheet because his accent is very thick. It's a very thick, I guess you call it Cockney accent, London accent, and his syncopation is strange. The way he pronounces words is sort of what you call it? How do you say that? Like can't think of the. I know the word, but just the way he enunciates is strange. So you have to have the lyric sheet or you can't understand the words. And when you start reading it, yeah. Now, most of these lyrics would be about him, and it could be some personal thing that he's thinking about. And you may say, well, it doesn't make any sense. It made sense to him. And he just wants it to sound good, kind of like Stevie Nicks. Like they asked Christine McVie for Fleetwood Mac, what do you think about Stevie Nicks' songs? And she said, I never could understand what she was talking about. She liked the music, but she said, I never knew what she was singing about. But anyway, they tried to distort the sounds, I guess. Distorted, thick, dirty, scrappy. Yeah. So that's this wreckage that I call me. All right, now the next song is the Air Crash Bureau. Air Crash. He did get in a plane wreck, but he loved airplanes. Like Jefferson Airplane had a song called Planes, and it's about Paul Kantner saying, I love planes. Yeah. So here's the Air Crash Bureau. So you can hear this song makes you think of somebody like sneaking around, Bowie-ish. Yeah, he was very influenced by David Bowie. David Bowie, that was kind of like one of his heroes, but David Bowie didn't like him apparently and didn't give him any regard. Maybe he was threatened by him or jealous of him or something because he didn't like him, or he thought he was a ripoff of him, but he wasn't. Nice beginning, yeah. Grace Slick was hot. Yeah, she was good looking for a while, Echo and the Bunnymen. I like what I've heard from them. Well, we could talk. I've talked about Grace Slick many times in videos. She was very talented. She acted like she had no talent, but she did. She could just write music, compose songs, play. She's like Gary Numan, play all kind of instruments, compose songs with no training. These natural. They could just naturally do it. Where we could, we go through. years of training. And so anyway, when I first started listening to Gary Numan, he was 22 years old, you know, right? 21 years old. Okay. When I was 11, he's 10 years older than me.
I'll tell you when you're going down.
And you can tell how great this song is. He even makes it sound like there's like, you know, like at nighttime, you have the windows open, you hear like the insects outside making that buzzing sound. It's like somebody's sitting outside and the insects are going. Pre-electro hippie funk. He's very versatile. So this song, you can't play the whole. I'm not gonna play the whole album. You can go buy the album. If you buy the album and listen to it, you never want to stop playing it. You know. Okay, so you can hear how great that song is. Now the next song is called TELEKON. That's the title of the album.
Where's my outline? I start to fight. No concentration means foul these days. I leave the table saying I am real. I feel the pressure like your eyes on me. Don't mention that they meant but some love. Not gonna be sure, not gonna be sure. You and the real one, you and the real one. You and the real one, you and the real one. You and the real one, you and the real one. You were meant to stand things we do. I need protection from the likes of you. Do you begin to see that I don't know? I live on memories that are hard to find. To me, I got it right, I think of you. I say you lied. I say you lied. You are. You are.
Another great song from a great album. Billy said he likes hard rock. Exactly. I have done many hard rock album reviews. I reviewed Judas Priest, Sad Wings of Destiny, Judas Priest's Sin After Sin, Judas Priest Stained Class, for instance, Unleashed in the East live in Japan. And I have done videos about Black Sabbath. Okay, well, Gary Numan did a lot of vocals, and he did a great job. Now, here's the next song. We got to go to the next song. It's, oh, yeah. Hold on. Got to bring it up. It's called Remind Me to Smile. Some of these I can bring up live versions, but I don't want to. He did great live shows too, man.
We'll take a taxi to the show. We could walk right by. We could remind ourselves of way back. We consider fame. Finding the reason.
This is a pretty good song too. Not my favorite from the album. A lot of Gary Numan fans will drop little hints and repeat little, memes. Like one time I was out with some friends and I said, they were going somewhere and I said, we'll take a taxi to the show. And somebody turned and said, you like Gary? I was like, they just like use those little terms, Oh, okay. Memes, yeah. It's not pre-Depeche Mode because weren't they from the late 70s? All right, so but they had a lot of commonality. So that's Remind Me to Smile. Now the next song is I Die, You Die. See about a live version of it. Let's see how that sounds. I don't know. Bear with me. From 1980. If not, we'll go to the album cut.
This is not love. This is not you.
I think I Die, You Die is one of his best songs, really.
This is not love. This is not even what the point of you. Get it about time. Oh, make the whisper over you.
So I Die, You Die is a great song with a lot of action, and it ends, it just builds, and it goes out with a great ending. Now there was a song called We Are Glass. It's no on no albums. I had the CD, I had the LP and the cassette, and it was not on the cassette I have. They say it's on the cassette version. I had the cassette. I might still have it. I think it broke. There's no We Are Glass on there. I think that was a British issue, because I never had We Are Glass except on the live album, the 84 White Noise live album. Let's see. I Die, You Die, the ending. Then we'll go to We Are Glass. You see what I mean about the dark wave? You heard it going into that. And I was going to say something else. I forgot. Anyway, that song is great, isn't it? Now here's We Are Glass. Not on the American albums I got. Okay, we can only get what they sent to us.
We can take some train down to the city. We have lost, we have lost. We are real, you can ask us for now. When the train, hey, you wish we get down. We have lost, we have lost.
So that's the song I didn't get to hear when the album came out. So the next one is I'm an Agent. I guess he meant he was a real estate agent or insurance agent. Oh, I know what I was going to say. I was playing I Die, You Die, the live version, but there was too much background noise from the fans and distortion, so I didn't like it. That's why I went to the studio cut. This song's called I Dream of Wires. He probably did dream of wires. He was fooling with electronic equipment so much. I am the final silence. The last electrician alive.
and they called me the Spartan. I was the best, I won them all. New ways, new ways. I dream of wires.
So now the next one is called Remember I Was Vapor. I use these terms a lot when I'm talking to people. I'll say, you know, remember I can end all this. Get some MD 2020. Nah, I don't feel like drinking Mogan David 2020, let me tell you. Portuguese. I've never had any of that. Nothing but us. There's nothing but us. There's nothing but us. There's nothing but us. Remember I was vapor. Remember I was just like you. Remember I was liquid. Remember I was someone too. Remember I need others. Remember I need oxygen. Remember I need others. Remember I need you again. There's nothing but us. Sometimes I'll be talking to people, I'll be at work, and I'll say, remember, I was vapor. Remember, I could end all this. They don't know what I'm talking about. What's up, brother? What you got going on? We listening to some Gary Numan. Y'all need to go buy this album, TELEKON. So that's Remember, I Was Vapor. And listen how it ends. The song ends. And then we're going to go to the next song. Okay, Please Push No More is a slow song. I love this song. I think about this song at night when I'm laying in my bed or if I'm doing anything.
telephone lines fly. You have defaced my face. I bet you laughed at me. You bright young things. I missed you so. Please wish no more. Please wish no more. Please wish no more. Please wish no more.
My friend Thomas and I, we would listen to Gary all the time. We were so caught up with Gary Numan. I just saw we would do. Riding the Metro by Berlin is a classic. Okay. Well, the last song, and then there's one I've never heard, The Joy Circuit, the last song on the album.
Senator Dogs, we're all new faces. Oh, I'm so sorry, but my reasons are wrong. My reasons are wrong. We're on dry circuit. The image fix. Rewind time, will it send it to you? Will it send it to you? Take me on your bed. Love it, so you like. Love it, so unusual. What I find is the reason to die. The reason to die.
Here's one I've never heard. I never heard this song. This is on the British album. So this is a reaction video now. Not that. You can scream if you want to, but I won't unlock the door. You can sleep in my shelters, you can sleep in the park, but I'll rip up the trees until you tear yourself apart. But I love you. No, I love you.
no exit and no one can save you here.
40 years, I've never heard it before. I can't believe it. Can't believe it. Well, obviously I got to listen to that eventually. I can't get over it. I didn't know there was that Sleep Out Windows. Now here's a game called Echo. It didn't make it onto the album, but it was on some of the compilation albums. And then we're going to get off of this. I'll call my friend back.
Men into boys, and everyone must cry alone. Every time I suck it, recall, I'm not you are. Remember that I moved to some.
Well, that's it for that. I think it's a great album. I would say it's excellent. I'm not saying it's world class. It's not perfect. That would be a 5 out of 5. It's not, Rumors. It's not Who's Next from 1971. Those are perfect albums. But it's close. It's great. I could do a video on perfect albums. You can't do Fleetwood Mac. They always want to mute everything. They're so greedy. And they're stupid in a way, because if you were playing their music, people would buy the albums, dumb. But they're just so corporate, greedy. Fleetwood Mac, the ultimate corporate band. But anyway, they did make one of the most perfect rock album, maybe the most perfect album. Of course, that's a big debate. But certainly, Who's Next, 1971, and Rumors. You have to give that credit. Well, I might come back later if the game's still on rain delay and do another album. I have an idea, album review or a concept review. Remember, I did the best of kind of like the best of Lou Reed, part 1 and 2. I might do the best of